classic dragon. When someone says the word dragon, this is almost certainly the creature they imagine. 4 powerful legs, 2 enormous wings, razor-sharp claws, and the ability to breathe fire. The classic dragon became the symbol of fantasy through centuries of European mythology, where these ancient beasts were feared for their intelligence, immense strength, and obsession with guarding mountains of gold and priceless treasures. Unlike many monsters, dragons were often as clever as they were powerful, making them dangerous opponents both physically and mentally. One of the greatest examples is Smaug from The Hobbit, while games like Skyrim and Dungeons & Dragons helped turn the classic dragon into the blueprint for nearly every dragon that followed. Wyvern. At first glance, a wyvern looks almost identical to a dragon, until you count its legs. Unlike the classic dragon, a wyvern has only 2 legs, with its wings serving as its front limbs. That small detail has caused endless debates among fantasy fans for years. Wyverns are usually faster and more agile than traditional dragons, preferring speed over raw power. Many also possess venomous tails, capable of killing their prey with a single strike. They're featured throughout Game of Thrones, Monster Hunter, Dark Souls, and countless fantasy games, where they often dominate the skies with incredible speed. Drake. No, not Drake the rapper. This Drake doesn't release albums, it releases broken bones. A drake is a dragon that has 4 powerful legs but no wings, making it a master of ground combat. Without the ability to fly, it relies on brute strength, thick scales, crushing jaws, and explosive charges to overwhelm its enemies. Think of it as the heavyweight fighter of the dragon family. Drakes appear throughout The Witcher, Skyrim, and Elden Ring, proving that flying isn't necessary to become one of the deadliest dragon species. Wyrm. If a dragon spent its entire life underground, it might become a wyrm. Unlike most dragons, wyrms have no legs and no wings. Their long, serpent-like bodies allow them to burrow through rock, caves, and underground tunnels with surprising speed. Many legends describe them as ancient creatures that sleep beneath mountains for centuries before awakening. Because of their size and underground habitat, a wyrm often feels more like a living natural disaster than a normal monster. Wyrms appear throughout Dungeons & Dragons, The Witcher, and many fantasy novels where their appearance usually signals catastrophe. Lindworm. The lindworm sits somewhere between a dragon and a giant serpent. It has a long, dragon-like body with 2 front legs, but no wings and no hind legs. These creatures appear throughout Germanic and Norse mythology, where they are often associated with curses, greed, and ancient kings. Although they cannot fly, lindworms are incredibly dangerous because of their speed, powerful jaws, and armored scales. Modern fantasy has kept the creature alive through games such as Guild Wars 2 and RuneScape, introducing this lesser-known dragon to new generations of players. Amphiptere. Imagine removing a dragon's legs entirely, but leaving its wings. That's an amphiptere. This unusual dragon has a long, snake-like body, supported only by a pair of enormous wings, allowing it to glide effortlessly through the air. Amphipteres appear in European heraldry and medieval folklore, where they were often considered mysterious rather than purely evil. Their elegant appearance makes them very different from bulky dragons like Smaug. Versions of the Amphiptere appear in fantasy books, tabletop games, and magical creature collections, where they are often among the fastest flying dragons. Hydra. Imagine defeating a dragon, only to realize you've accidentally made it stronger. That's the Hydra. This legendary multi-headed monster from Greek mythology becomes famous because cutting off one head often causes 2 more to grow back. Instead of rewarding careless attacks, the Hydra forces its enemies to think before they fight. The hero Heracles finally defeated it by burning each neck after removing a head, preventing new ones from growing. The Hydra appears in Hercules, God of War, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and countless fantasy games, becoming one of mythology's most recognizable dragon-like monsters. Eastern Dragon. Unlike the dragons of Western fantasy, the Eastern Dragon is usually a symbol of wisdom, balance, and prosperity rather than destruction. These long, serpent-like dragons often have no wings, yet they fly effortlessly through the sky using magical power. In Chinese mythology,
They are believed to control rivers, storms, rain, and the seasons, making them protectors instead of villains. One of the most famous examples is Shenron from Dragon Ball, while similar dragons appear in Spirited Away, Raya and the Last Dragon, and countless stories inspired by Chinese mythology. Rather than guarding treasure, the Eastern dragon often guards harmony itself.